Stand up pretty well. Starter has them. Set. And they're off now. Mutiara away fairly from the inside. A little slow to begin. Troubadour. Happy Cracker came out running. Ulricho is with them. So is the newcomer Shamrocks. And then came Mutiara spearing through on the inside. On the outside, Nothing But Gold from Barrowana. Sailor V back third last. Second last, Lingalonga Lucy. About 5 off the lead. And a half the inside, Troubadour. Forging down the side, Happy Cracker shows the way narrowly from on the outside, Shamrocks. Then Nothing But Gold joining Ulricho the centre on the inside, Mutiara. Another length and a half further back behind those, Sailor V on the outside of Barrowana. A length and a quarter off to Troubadour with Lingalonga Lucy covering that horse. Inside the 600, coming towards the turn for home. They're about to straighten and it's Happy Cracker held together, cuddled in front by a half to Shamrocks. They've just drifted away from the rail. Mutiara was back third. Troubadour's got a huge gap to go through if good enough. Further out was Ulricho, followed by Barrowana, Nothing But Gold. Lingalonga Lucy taking time to warm up and then Sailor V. Inside the 200 and the leader is Happy Cracker. Hands and heels a half in front. Barrowana switches the inside with Mutiara. Happy Cracker in front. Barrowana, Mutiara. Barrowana not getting much room. Happy Cracker in front. Happy Cracker and nose to Mutiara, I think. But there's not much in it, to be honest. Third is Barrowana. Just didn't seem to get a lot of room between them. Further out, Lingalonga Lucy, and they were followed then by Shamrocks. Further back, Troubadour. Nothing But Gold, followed by Ulricho, which knocked up with Sailor V near the tail of the field. This is very tight. Maybe Happy Cracker hanging on from Mutiara.
In this fourth to start the quaddie, St Christoph the favourite and Sir Muller. St Christoph $2.90. Sir Muller's always firming now into $3.50. They're drawn the outside 2 gates. 1,000 metres to journey. No tempo. Standing up. Here's Sir Muller coming in now for Paul Saunders. Has the blinkers off, Sir Muller. Took the outside gate and they're ready. Track is cleared. Oh no, Sir Muller's not quite right. I thought he was in the stalls, but he's not now. St Christoph won from the outside. Has the black and pink check cap. Now they're right. No, he's come out again. He keeps tricking me, Sir Muller. He's a bit of a rogue at the barriers. So I was saying earlier, he missed the start at Sandown. And he's been in a couple of times now. Make that 3. Well, this doesn't look good for the punters on Sir Muller, because he's starting to get a little agitated now. And he can be a bit of a problem at the start. And if he's in this sort of mood, let's see how he's going to jump. That's the 4th time he's backed out now. He's still firming, though. He's into $3.20 and $1.50. They've had 4 cracks at getting him into the stalls. And the worst part about all that is, of course, all of the others are standing flat-footed, and particularly in a sprint race, it's an extremely bad thing. Now, the starter's starting to run out of patience too. I notice he's got down from the ladder and he's walking around behind the stalls. This might be his last chance if he plays up again. Let's see what he's going to do. He's put the toes in. Paul Saunders hasn't yet resorted to jumping off. That might be the next thing he'll need to do, as they're bringing this rogue into the line one more time. No, he's backpedaled. Well, Saunders has slipped out of the saddle now, and this would be his final opportunity, you'd think. Now, in Adelaide, there's a protest third against second. It's 2.49 over the line in the third race in Adelaide. There's a protest third against second, race 3, Adelaide, 2.49 over the line. Now, Sir Muller, riderless, has been locked away. They've finally got that gate closed behind him, and at the start mounts the platform, about to send them on their way. St Christoph won from the outside. Sir Muller's restless now that he's in there. About to go. Clear racing. He missed it about a length, I suppose. Sir Muller on the outside. Synchrysov jumped well, but he wants to ease back, and Checkmore allowed to stride through the first part of the race in front. Sir Muller rushes up on the outside the second. A length to No Tepo, Clay Shot, and one Synchrysov the outside. Beishunk back on the fence from Showing Aces, Sentaza. Checkmore led Sir Muller, about to go through the gap near the 600. 2 lengths in front of No Tepo in the middle of a line. Synchrysov going up wide. Clay Shot is with him. Beishunk Red Cap back on the inside, and one Sentaza Showing Aces. Coming before the home turn, Checkmore ahead, Sir Muller, 2 Clay Shot. Synchrysov coming wide around the outside. He's got to a clear third now, running home, and Beishunk is coming home just behind the leaders. Look to have a kick left. Checkmore, Sir Muller, the 2 leaders around the turn from Synchrysov, and now Sentaza the widest runner. It's Synchrysov trying to reach Checkmore, Sir Muller, but Sentaza's swapping them on the outside. Sentaza's raced up to Checkmore, Sir Muller, and Sentaza, yes, Sentaza the outside, I'd say I'll get this from Checkmore and Sir Muller. Just behind them, Synchrysov couldn't go on from Beishunk. Then Clay Shot, followed by Showing Aces and No Tepo. Sentaza.
Kun Preacher, Paris Duo's got early speed. Medals is there with Green Line Boots, and also going through the ruck there looking for a bit of a run. There was Our Superboy. Hard up behind those then came Mighty Impulse around Our Colossus, and over on the inside of those was Chrysler Magic. They were followed further back by Finn Spang with Future FX, Oriental Queen, Telbombo wide. Makata outside of Yali Gold, pushing up on the inside, Ptolomeo Ken Damon, and last as they come around the home turn is Lord Matthew, 8 or 9 off the lead. Inside the 600, he's ringing wet, going along boldly by length and a half, has the lead at the expense of Medals. Outside Paris Duo, Bay of Sunshine runs on boldly to be 3rd and 4th, then Green Line Boots followed by behind those looking for room, Chrysler Magic. There isn't much of it. Our Superboy held up in a traffic jam down the outside, Our Colossus, and here comes Mighty Impulse putting in big strides. 200 metres, 8 or 10, 12 across the track, and Mighty Impulse has rounded them up down the high diddle. Mighty Impulse hit the front. Future Ethics late with Lord Matthew. Mighty Impulse in front. Favourite home, the big field, the bigger the certainty. Mighty Impulse over Lord Matthew. Not sure about third. Yali Gold under the roses. Future Ethics the inside, and in the middle Damon late. Then came Our Superboy, Our Colossus. Telbombo ran on. Bay of Sunshine didn't sustain it. Then Ptolomeo Ken and Chrysler Magic. Marcada Kun Preacher. He's ringing wet. Paris Duo showed speed. Green Line Boots. Medals capitulated. Oriental Queen never gone into it. Further back to Alvor and Finn Spang, and one of the last in was Kun Preacher, the favourite home in the field of the day.
5 Mighty Impulse, $4.20 for the win. Photo for the Miners. The horse out wide's gone close to running second. Very close to running second. And nothing in that inside. 5 from Noble Blonde Carousels. Runners are coming up at Moonee Valley. And at the Valley, Tenicity's $4.10. Number 1, 2 Light of My Life, paying $9.60. Lady Chaviro, 13. 19 Impulsive, Chippy's Daughter, 34. Perfect Arc, 11. Deliciously, 9.30. 8 Gladden, 14. Lady of Snows, 4.90. Ramalpa, 14. 23 Tamarg, 66 Cool Court, Miss Ella, 21 Linden Arc, 35. Newcastle follows Moonee Valley. Conjurer, $4 at all times, $6.60. 5.80 Spring Colours, $4 for 4, $9.30 for 5. Set Melbourne.
All clears through, and they're off and racing. Tenacity from the outside gate jumped to K and is going to settle towards the end as usual. Gladden first out. Tamarg away quickly. Chippy's Daughter, Lady of Snows are going out fast as they settle down, and Perfect Arc is with them as well. And then Linden Arc now running to the first turn here, and Tamarg working hard to cut the field off. Leads in front of Chippy's Daughter. In third placing, Lady of Snows pushing up on the inside of Chippy's Daughter now, and Deliciously goes to 4th out wide from Ramalpa. Perfect Arc. Gladden the fence, 2 Impulsive. She's followed then by, over on the outside there, Lady Chaviro. Linden Arc back on the fence. One behind them, Light of My Life. Tenacity on the outside, and then Miss Ella and Cool Court last by the school. Tamarg led. Chippy's Daughter is on the outside of her, and about a length away in the field. Then Lady of Snows is between them, and a length to Perfect Arc. Ramalpa round the outside then is Deliciously, and they're followed by Impulsive. Lady Chaviro is wide, and Tenacity is next, coming for home. Sure, she got held up a little coming around the home turn. It's Tamarg, Lady of Snows, and Ramalpa on the outside. outside of them, turning clear of Perfect Dark, Chippy's Daughter, and then Impulsive and Lindenark. It's on the outside, Ramelpa and Tamag against the fence. Ramelpa coming home the better. Ramelpa the leader. Water Forces including Tenacity. Ramelpa wins. Tenacity second. Probably should have won. Third placing either Lindenark or Chippy's Daughter. They're followed just behind those by Tamag, and then came Impulsive, followed by Light of My Life. Cool Court made some ground out wide. Miss Ella, Gladden, Perfect Dark trailed further back in the field by Deliciously, Lady Shaviro and Lady of Snows. Ramelpa has come with a run down the middle of the track to win.
I monopolise a length away in the field to Melora. 2 lengths away, Sukram on the outside of Arcady, followed by Prince Arkim, and last of all is Vitaman. Down the side, No Speed on, 900 out, Roulette the leader. Zelinda second, Foxwood third, Paris Dreamers travelling fourth. Marble Halls is fifth on the inside, Rodway Cena close sixth. Burrito next, monopolise a shade worse than midfield on the inside. Then Melora, Arcady, Prince Arkim is starting to go forward. Sukram back second last, and last of all is Vitaman. On the turn, 500 metres left to go. There's been No Speed on, and Roulette and Zelinda. They led around the bend together. Foxwood third on the inside, followed by Paris Dream, Marble Halls, Rodway C. Melora's pull to the outside, sprinting very quickly. Then Monopolise, and Prince Arkim is coming on the outside. 250 to go. Roulette is the leader, a length over Paris Dream, then Melora, followed by Prince Arkim, but Roulette is clear with 100 metres left to go. In second spot, Paris Dream, Marble Halls and Prince Arkim next, but Roulette's going to lead all of the way. In Roulette, went home to beat Marble Halls, tight for third. Prince Arkim or Paris Dream monopolised, ran home, then Foxwood, Zelinda. Melora followed by Burrito, Rodway C, Sukram, Arcady next to last, and last home, Vitaman. Well, he got away with Grand Larceny in front. Roulette, Glenn Boss went to the front, nothing wanted to go near him. He travelled easily at all stages, and it wasn't surprising that he had plenty of kick left in the straight.
Prenuptial 14, there must be a firmer. Oh, here it is, number 11. Royal Anthem has come in for pretty good late support. $9.80 in from $11. So it has firm, not a great deal, but some of those around the $10 to $14 mark have all come in a few dollars as a result. Mighty Padrille has eased as the favourite. They get set. Elwick race 6 in 3, Poacher's Star 11. Rococo paying 27, Local Joy 570, 5 Cattle Kate 340. Leave it there. Set, Sydney.
Set to jump. Romano ducking and weaving in close. Balance is up now. Lights are on, line cleared. Very little movement, although a couple just fractious in the centre. The gates open. The Mule's Brother took a backward step at the start. Romano and City Honours absolutely exploded out of the gates, and he goes to the lead on settling down. Not far away, settling third is Top Weekend, now being passed by Cool McCool going up. Mighty Padrille is outside of Top Weekend and improving. A length further back, Suwani in the green and white. They were followed by Treasury, Royal Anthem, Kaitusa, Prenuptial, Beauty Bell, and the Mule's Brother last of all. Coming up to the 1,000 metres mark, and Cool McCool in a new role today. Up on the speed, leads from City Honours, and Mighty Padrille deep, starting to rush up the tackle. A length away, Romano. Top Weekend is fifth. Outside of those, a length Suwani, 2 lengths Treasury, a length Kaitusa, Royal Anthem. They were followed by Prenuptial on the inside, improving. 2 lengths to Beauty Bell and 2.5 to the Mule's Brother. 700 metres out, Cool McCool went to the front, crosses onto the fence, leads by 3/4 on Mighty Padrille. City Honours the rail. Then came Romano. Top Weekend about to ease out 3 deep. Prenuptial saving ground on the fence from Suwani. Kaitusa, Blue Cap, very wide inside of it. Treasury, 2 lengths, Beauty Bell, Royal Anthem, and the Mule's Son at the tail of the field as they wheel the bend. City Honours got up on the inside as Cool McCool left the fence. Romano the centre, Prenuptial back on the rail. Mighty Padrille out in the centre of the track, chiming in, and now Top Weekend starting to lengthen stride. City Honours in front, grabbed by Romano. Mighty Padrille, Top Weekend the outside, Prenuptial getting through. Top Weekend on the outside, Prenuptial, Romano and Mighty Padrille. Top Weekend hit the lead from Romano and Prenuptial. Top Weekend drove clear 50 metres out, and he's too good. Top Weekend wins. Prenuptial, Romano second and third, just in front of Beauty Bell, I think. They were followed by Mighty Padrille, Cool McCool, the Mule's Brother. Further back in the field, Kaitusa, Treasury, City Honours, Suwani, and Royal Anthem didn't raise his back as hopes. He was last. Good horse, that bloke, Top Weekend. He showed last campaign when he went from 1,100 metres to 1,800 metres that he had plenty of class about him. He's by Snippets, but he's absolutely nothing like the Snippets breed. Big, long, leggy type. Winning double to Kevin Moses, who had a double for Gay Waterhouse the other day. And top weekend at $4.80 and $1.80 has been much too good. Now, second and third, prenuptial bursting up on the insides in the photo. What else do we have there? Prenuptial, there was Romano, was it, Bruce? He's in the photo, and Beauty Bell, her run very good. She's out wide on the track, and the judge has called for the photo for second and third. Mighty Padrille didn't have a great deal of luck in the race, had to be used up to go forward when wide, so wouldn't have been, well, you're disappointed if you've done your money, but there were excuses. Now, 5's got second. Romano's got second, just in front of number 6, Prenuptial. So it's 3, 5 and 6. 3, 5 and...
Races. The Group 2 Sedgwick Classic. Strong quality field, and they're on their way. A little slow to begin, Noir Sir, and one of the best out, Marty's Magic, quickly headed by Mrs. Bentley, who's raced to the lead from the Bolter Teetotally to second, Marty's Magic third. They were followed by Market Price the inside, around those Graceful Encounter, and there's Smidgen going on with it out deeper, still improving towards the lead. Touch of Fantasy centre field being shaded by Von Ann, who's gone around them quickly, and also Arakazar. Touch of Fantasy now back to fourth, last from Caniana. Over on the inside was Noir Sir, and last of all, a length and a half off is Will Fly. Smidgen the new leader as they race down the side and go to the 1,050. By a length and 3/4, Graceful Encounter on the outside of Mrs. Bentley. Then Von Ann on the outside of Teetotally as they just shoulder up a little bit now, starting to gain ground from behind and pack up a little. Arakazar outside of Market Price from Marty's Magic, and then on the inside, Noir Sir getting a nice run up on the rail. Wider out Touch of Fantasy, and they were followed by Caniana. They're quickening now, and 2 lengths away to Will Fly at the tail of the field. Smidgen leads them down to the 600, heading for the home turn by a half. Graceful Encounter. Von Ann and Arakazar are wide. Over on the inside is Mrs. Bentley. Noir Sir looking for run on the inside. Teetotaly's in the middle. Around those then came Touch of Fantasy, putting in with Caniana and Marty's Magic. Market Price shuffles away from the inside to head out wider, and they were followed back at the tail by Will Fly. In the straight, Smidgen the leader by a half. Graceful Encounter getting a run between them. Noir Sir is starting to explode after them now. Noir Sir raced through, took the gap, and quickly went to the front. Graceful Encounter down the outside, Will Fly. It's Noir Sir hands and heels. This has been a soft win by this lovely little mare. Noir Sir scores by a long neck or a half. Graceful Encounter, Will Fly pushing up between horses. Market Price is right on the hammer from Marty's Magic, Arakazar, Smidgen. Then Mrs. Bentley followed by Caniana, Von Ann, and the last couple in were Touch of Fantasy and Teetotally. Gee, that was a soft win.
163 Video Fan at 8.20. 4 Dynamic Tycoon 9.20. 5 One Man Out 15. 9 Bill Reeve 6.50. 10 Hour Savat $11. Newcastle Race 5 Club Life 360. 3 Lady of Kyle 9.20. 4 Blazing Gift 17. 5 Milady's Dance 4.70. Northern Rover 10. Scenical $10. 6.40 for 9. 5.80 for 10. Ready Melbourne.
Favourite drawn down in gate number 3. In blue and gold checkered colours, that's Londolozy. Line stands up pretty good. Off they go. Londolozy jumped away okay next to Our Savat and One Man Out. Dynamic Tycoon jumped nicely towards the inside. Chenwood drops in behind them early, and Video Fan will ease trying to get across. After going 250 now, Londolozy working to the lead. Eventually she's going across the field. Dynamic Tycoon is second right behind her on the rail. Proposer Toast goes up on the outside. Our Savat in the centre. A length and a half, One Man Out. Video Fan over on the outside. Second last is Chenwood and Bell Reeve last of all. Into the back, and Londolozy for Luke carry the leader. Out to the 1,000-metre mark, a length and a half on Our Savat. Proposer Toast a half length away third. Dynamic Tycoon 3/4 away fourth on the inside. 1 to One Man Out. They're followed by Video Fan tracking wide all the way. 1 to Chenwood and half length to Bell Reeve. Off the back at the 800, Londolozy controlling the race, leads by 3/4. Running second on the outside, Our Savat. Proposer Toast is third on the outside. First 849 seconds, so the leader's done it pretty well. Londolozy now pressured by Our Savat. Proposer at Toast third. Video Fan, Pink Cap wide out. Dynamic Tycoon on the inside. Bell Reeve starts a run from well back. One man out. Chenwood struggle at the back of the field. Our Savadas serving it up to Londolese before the home turn. A length to Bell Reeve coming around the outside with her lightweight. She's starting to really work home well. And Video Fan is still there despite racing wide. Into the straight. Our Savat, one off the fences, beaten off Londolese. Bell Reeve and Video Fan come quickly and they race to the lead together. Video Fan on the inside of Bell Reeve fighting it out now. There's nothing between them. They're racing tight together. Video Fan and Bell Reeve. A great struggle. They hit it. Video Fan maybe from Bell Reeve. Nothing between the pair. 3 or 4 lengths to maybe one man out will grab third from Londolese and Our Savat. Not much between those two. Clear of Proposer Toast, Dynamic Tycoon and Chenwood. Photo here. There's little between these. Video Fan on the inside and Bell Reeve on the outside, having a close drive to the line. They certainly could have brushed in the last 100 because there was nothing in it. Here's a number. 3 on the inside has got it. Video Fan, Fabian Villela. Just got the bob on the post to win. Second.
Ready to run. Gates open off and racing now. Camarina off the inside began okay, and Dash of Bay was the first to go, and Black Beans outside the leader, and there goes Go Flash Go and Bagolino on settling down. Go Flash Go went to the lead. Bagolino second. Black Beans third outside. Dash of Bay, Double Helix fifth on the outside. Lisa's not far away, sixth, but travelling a little bit deep around La Zagaletta. Camarina's on the fence, and Mr. Innocent's out 4 deep, but that won't bother him. A length and a half to Starry Way, followed by Spin, Bet on a Road. Scoozy Please drifting back with Mithranda, and then came Arimathea, followed by Figurehead, and last of all is Room for a Slew. On the first corner at the 900 metres mark, and Go Flash Go the leader. 2 to Bagolino, a half to Dash of Bay. Double Helix fourth. La Zagaletta in fifth position. Camarina sixth on the inside, being closely followed by Black Bean. Lease about midfield from Mr. Innocent, and then came Bet on a Road, Starry Way, followed by Spend. Further back on the field, Scoozy Please, then came Arimathea. Mithranda's a long way back on the field, followed by Room for a Slew, and last of all is Figurehead. On the bend, 500 out in the guineas, and Go Flash Go is first around the bend. A length to Bagolino. Dash of Bay on the fence from Double Helix. Camarina trying to get out from La Zagaletta. Mr. Innocent, Room for a Slew down the outside is sprinting quickly, and Scoozy Please, and now Arimathea running home. Go Flash Go the leader from Dash of Bay. Camarina on the fence. Scoozy Please and Mr. Innocent from Room for a Slew and Arimathea, but Camarina got the rails run. Camarina went to the lead. Arimathea is rattling home on the extreme outside, but Camarina took the lead, and Camarina won the guineas. Arimathea second, Go Flash Go third, and then Dash of Bay, Starry Way, followed by Mithranda, Scoozy Please, La Zagaletta, then Room for a Slew, followed by Mr. Innocent, which died the last bit. Bet on a Road, Double Helix Spend. Black Bean has finished a mile back on the field from Bagolino, Figurehead, and Lease, would you believe? Lease has run stone.
Wide Stop Flirting and Conair in the black colours starting to head forward. Kahulawa with his lightweights going to roll to the front on settling down from Sea Jester and Stop Flirting. Then came Conair. He's just a bit wide at the moment. Harmonia the Grey starting to ease behind him. Expect the Star third last. 2 lengths to the Kiwi. Sir Baron Blue and Sweeping View went out to the tail of the field. Out of the straight now, and the leader is Kahulawa, leading by just over a length on Stop Flirting. Sea Jester well positioned on the outside of Conair, who's now on the fence. 2.5 Expect the Star. Harmonia the outside, 2 lengths to the other grey, Sir Baron Blue, and last of all is Sweeping View over the crossing, 1800 metres to go, and Kahulawa has been turned loose. He's raced away, led by 4 or 5 lengths on Stop Flirting, who will have the job of carting the others up to the leader. Sea Jester is on the outside of Conair, and the 3-year-old is well positioned, 4th defence. Expect a Star inside of Harmonia, who shades it. 2 lengths away, Sir Baron Blue, ridden patiently by De Montfort, and last of all is the other 3-year-old Sweeping View. Down the back and 1400 metres to go, the leader still Kahulawa. He's running along with his lightweight, led by 4 or 5 lengths on Stop Flirting, 2 lengths to Sea Jester, and Beasley's got the top weight and the favourite in a good spot, 6 lengths away from the leader. On the inside is Conair. From Harmonia, Expect a Star, 2 lengths to Sir Baron Blue, and last of all is Sweeping View. No change to the order. They're at the 1100 metres mark and coming down the side of the track now. Kahulawa is eased. He led by 2.5 to 3 lengths on Stop Flirting, 2 lengths to Sea Jester third. Conair is travelling on the fence. A length away, away. Harmonia the outside of Expect a Star, and Sir Baron Blue starting to go forward rapidly. A length away, Sweeping View last of all. Coming down the side, 800 metres out. Kahulawa had a good lead, led 3.5 lengths. Sir Baron Blue's gone from second last on the outside to move up and join Stop Flirting. Conair's getting right up on the inside. Sea Jester dropped the bit. He's being heeled along. Sweeping View swept past him. Then Expect a Star and Harmonia last of all. They're very tight and compact on the bend, 450 out. Kahulawa in front of Stop Flirting under pressure. Sir Baron Blue 3 out on the track. Running on Sweeping View. Sea Jester wide, and Conair's getting this great run through in the centre, and he's finishing brilliantly at the 350. Conair's moved up to Kahulawa and grabbed the front. A length away, Stop Flirting. Sea Jester flat to the boards. Expect a Star from well back. Kahulawa coming back at Conair. Conair the outside. Kahulawa, it's a tooth and nail struggle. Kahulawa the inside, giving plenty the pull in the weight. Kahulawa beat off Conair and Expect a Star. Kahulawa in front, fell in. Just won the Lord Mayor's Cup from Conair and Expect a Star third. Then came Stop Flirting. Sea Jester didn't go on. Well back, Sir Baron Blue, Harmonia, and last of all would have been Sweeping View. Judge calls for the photo. Cameraman's going for Conair. I thought the inside one, Kahulawa. Stand by for the number. Kahulawa looked to my eye to have just fallen in. Let's have a look at this photo. Conair lunging on the outside. Kahulawa in front. Conair puts a dive in right on the line, and they hit the line. No, Kahulawa's won for sure. Kahulawa's got it, number 5. Second prize.
For a start. Good race, as you'd expect, and a very good betting race here with opinions divided. The light's on. Ready to jump. Away they go in the Group 1 Malaysia Airlines SA Derby, and Kittlewick on the inside at big odds began pretty well. So too out wider did Light Work. Coming across is Omniwalk and Odysseus, and also out wider still Depeche Mode. Tarazil caught out in a limb, and around them goes one of the rank outsiders in the race, the Rampager. Back on the inside, or near the inside running, was Kittlewick, and then came over on its outside Famous Pirate, and moving up and around the outside Red Astaire. Further back in the field Mighty Ming. Back behind them our position from Showella, and further back then came Sea Squill, and last of all is McCalmar. One of the bookies hopes the leader as they head to the far side. On the inside, the Rampager, joined now by Depeche Mode, and then a length and a half Sunday Gold to third. Fourth placing held down at the 1800 metres by Tarazil, who's done a good job to get in. Odysseus easing back out of some action there as Red Astaire went around them. Light Work the rail. A length and a half further back, Kittlewick, followed by Omniwalk. Off the track, 3 wide was Mighty Ming trying to improve. They go by the 1600 or the mile in the old, followed then by our position with Famous Pirate covering that horse, and then further back in the field 2 lengths to Showella, ridden very quietly, and likewise Sea Squill outside of McCalmar. So they go by the 1400 metre mark, and the Rampager a half neck in front. Second Depeche Mode. Third placing came Tarazil with the run of the race. Sunday Gold likewise moves up nicely fourth. 2 lengths away Red Astaire from Odysseus around Light Work. They've quickened up at the 1200. 2.5 further back Omniwalk joining Kittlewick, and they're stringing out. Our position fairway back with Famous Pirate. Showella the inside. 2 lengths to Sea Squill and a half the inside McCalmar. Down the side passing the 1000, and now a new leader Depeche Mode got about a neck and a half length in front of the Rampager under pressure. Tarazil to third. Sunday Gold holds fourth. Odysseus joins in. Light Work goes up on the inside, but it could have this horse Rampager drop back on it. No, he's eased around its heels. Red Astaire's there in the centre from further back our position, and then came Omniwalk, and by golly they're bunching up coming to the home turn. 600 out from Kittlewick. Mighty Ming's under pressure. Showella's off and around the outside. Sea Squill got held up in a traffic jam from McCalmar. Famous Pirates come very deep. The Rampagers dropped out to last, and Mighty Ming back to the tail. Tarazil cruised to the front in the Derby. She led by a couple to our position on the outside of Odysseus, but here's Showella joining in down the outside, the other filly. It's Tarazil from in the centre our position, but Showella's raced up quickly, and Showella has just come from the rear of the field, and in 4 or 5 bounds it seems she's just got to put a gap on these. Here's Seaschool getting home late, but it's all Shoella, and Shoella goes to the line and wins it brilliantly. She wins the Malaysia Airlines Derby by about 1.5 to 2. Seaschool, our position. Odysseus Tarazil didn't get the trip. Then came On the Walk, followed by McCalmar. Sunday Gold close up. Further out, Famous Pirate, followed by Light Work. She might have had enough. Further back behind those then came Red Astaire, and then Kiddlewick, and then a long gap the others. Mighty Ming, Depeche Mode hasn't stayed, and neither certainly did the Rampager.
$5.20 Yasser, $5.50 Thing. Pukahina goes up into the gates now for Danny Nikolic. Here's Joe Bananas getting set. His form reading pretty ordinarily at the moment. They put blinkers on him a couple of starts ago, but he hasn't been able to crack his form yet. Dover Street backing up from his run in the St Ledger, about to come in. Luke Nolan on board. He's a young man to remember. He's going to ride a lot of winners, Luke Nolan. We've only just seen him come to the fore in the metropolitan area in the last week or so, but he's a young man who's going to really make his mark, I'm sure, when the tracks get wet and the trainers start looking for good 3 kilo boys. Thing moves in. Laflambeau getting set towards the outside. Will be the last to move into the stalls. $13 chance. Laflambeau comes in next to Thing, and they're ready to run. Race 7 out of Moonee Valley. Wajib Star in a middle gate has yellow blinkers, and he's just dancing around in the stalls. Settles next to Hobart, who also has yellow colours and yellow blinkers. Off they go. Wajib Star jump well. So did Laflambeau, and Thing near the outside. Touch of Mahogany began as if out of a slingshot and went to a good lead in the early part and crossed down to the rails. Fired up. Touch of Mahogany, the leader. Laflambeau coming across to second. Our New Toy, the grey, getting to third. Outside Yasser and Hobart on the rail, and Thing eases just behind them to be 6 turning out of the straight. There's a ton of pace on. They're followed then by Total Control, a neck to Wajib Star, a length and a half Magnolia Drive. They're followed by Euroskeptic. 2 or 3 lengths further back is Porsche and Joe Bananas, trailed by Pukahina, and 2 to Dover Street. They're inside the 1500, and Touch of Mahogany is fired up in front, and he leads by about 2 lengths. Laflambeau is second. Yasser is third on the outside of Hobart on the rail. A length and a half Our New Toy, followed by Total Control. Thing is on the outside of it. 1.5 Magnolia Drive, and Wajib Star is a neck away. 2 lengths to Porsche on the inside, followed by Euroskeptic. 2 or 3 lengths to Joe Bananas. Second last Dover Street, and Pukahina is last of all. Touch of Mahogany in the back near the 1,000 metre mark. Leads by 2 lengths Laflambeau. A length and a half Hobart third inside Yasser. 2 or 3 lengths further back in the field then, as they commence the run down towards the next turn, is Total Control and Our New Toy. A length and a half to Thing. They're followed then by now Wajib Star taken to the outside with Euroskeptic, both starting runs, and then Magnolia Drive staying on the rail. Porsche and Joe Bananas next from Pukahina and Dover Street. Touch of Mahogany's gone fast, and he's been claimed now by Laflambeau, and Wajib Star has whipped around them fast, and he's dashed to the lead. Thing is right there though with Euroskeptic, both coming home fairly well, and then Joe Bananas coming into it, followed by Porsche. Yasser's under extreme pressure, and then Pukahina. Wajib Star the top weight, bolted 2 lengths in front from Euroskeptic and Thing. Laflambeau down on the inside, and then Joe Bananas, Porsche and Pukahina on the outside. Wajib Star at the 200 has a big lead as he corners over 2 lengths in front of Thing, Euroskeptic, Joe Bananas and Pukahina on the outside. Wajib Star well clear, 50 out, 3 clear from Joe Bananas, Pukahina, and Wajib Star wins again. Wajib Star by 2, Pukahina, and Joe Bananas third. Then Euroskeptic fourth from Thing, Porsche, Laflambeau, Yasser, Hobart next, followed by Touch of Mahogany, who went fast but weakened, trailed in by Dover Street. Total Control was well back from Our New Toy, and Magnolia Drive was last to finish. Wajib Star settling about the middle of the field, but he looped them coming up towards the bend and made light work of 58 kilos. Dashed away with a good lead around the home bend, and he was never in danger thereafter. Too good, number 1. Wajib Star.
Off Yippee-Yi-Yo going a little bit closer on the outside. Jukebox King back third last. A couple to Roy Boy, and one last of all was Anthems. On the top turn at the 1,000 metres mark, and Chosen Warrior made play by the neat length. Sahama second, Nevitt per the medium of that inside run's gone through to be third. Annalee fourth. Crimson fifth on the inside of Flying Guy, and Yippee-Yi-Yo's pulling his way up 3 deep on the outside. A length away Morphe on the inside of Our Triumph. A length and a half to Jukebox King. A neck to Roy Boy the outside, and one last of of all was Anthems. Down to the 700 metres mark, and Chosen Warrior made play a half over Sahama. Never is third on the inside of Annalee from Crimson, on the inside of Flying Guy. Yippee-I-Yo peeling out about 4 deep at the top of the straight. Morphy's trying to track up behind him without Triumph. And then Jukebox King, Anthems and Roy Boy into the straight. And Yippee-I-Yo about 5 away from the fence. Cassidy swinging onto him. 300 metres to go. Sahama just in front of Chosen Warrior. A length away, Yippee-I-Yo. Cassidy will have to get busy in a moment. Annalee next, followed by Nevin and Morphy. At the 200, Yippee-I-Yo on the outside of Sahama. Morphy's got the last run at Yippee-I-Yo. Yippee-I-Yo is the leader. Morphy's trying hard to pick him up. Yippee-I-Yo in front. The class will get him home, and Yippee-I-Yo beat Morphy third, Sahama. The next home in the race was Nevitt from Anthem's Chosen Warrior, and then Jukebox King, followed by Crimson, Annalee, Flying Guy, Our Triumph, and last home was Roy Boy. Well, he had to get fair dinkum at the finish.
Straight around the outside, a length to Lucky Bear over the Rising and Vitronite, whipped them in. Down the back stretch of the track now, and the leader at the 1200 metres mark, Starwood, with Ears Ronnie striding up to a clear second. Bombast on the inside of Dr. Squill, who's well positioned. 2 lengths to French Legend, Lord Gargantor inside of him, and Lucky Bear 3 deep starting to stride around them. 2 lengths to Over the Rising and Vitronite last of all. In a race of change at the 1000 metres mark, Starwood is still the leader. He's in front of Ears Ronnie, a length and a half to Bombast. He's dropped onto the bit better now. The outside Dr. Squill, Lucky Bear covers ground around French Legend. Back on the inside, Lord Gargantor over the Rising and Vitronite last, but only 5 lengths away from Starwood. 650 out. Starwood has been rated perfectly in the lead by Lenny Beasley, led by just over a length on Ears Ronnie. Dr. Squill starting to go around them quickly on the outside. He's putting in his run. Bombast on the fence will have to pick up and sprint. It's going to be a sprint home for him under the big weight. Then French Legend, Lucky Bear, Lord Gargantor over the Rising and Vitronite in the stretch. Starwood 350 out the front runner. Dr. Squill chasing on the outside. Then came Bombast. Lord Gargantor the inside from Lucky Bear, and here's Ronnie. Starwood's had a great run in the lead, and he's still in front. Trying hard, Dr. Squill. Lord Gargantor is starting to roar home. Lord Gargantor the inside after Starwood. He's coming home 2 to their 1. Lord Gargantor swept on the lead, and he's too good. Lord Gargantor's 1 from Starwood. Here's Ronnie possibly third. Just in front of Dr. Squill. Bombast couldn't win the way the race was run. Then Lucky Bear over the Rising, Vitronite and French Legend.
Lord Gargantor, Rod's Late Mail, has won 4, paying $8.20 over 9. Starwood, 2 Ears Ronnie.
West End Draft Stakes. The lights on. Group 3. A real chance for horses to have their final hit out for the Adelaide Cup on Monday week. There's no movement in the Honda stalls. There is now. The gates fly and they're away. Willie Watt jumped nicely. Wingfoot took hold soon after the start after jumping prominently. Bolter into a good position. Aggie's Heart is likewise. And here's Power Plan. He's not going to let us down again. He's looking for the lead, but is trapped wide. There's a bit of yelling and shouting as they go past the post when things got a little bit tight. Aggie's Heart ducked back off of heels, and the leader out of the straight is Willie Watt. Coming across quickly now. On the outside is Starbinder, and Power Plan said, let's go. And young Bradley Vale let the bolter. Last week's winner fly to the lead by 4 or 5. Second, Willie Watt on the inside of Starbinder. The others are resting. On the inside, Shattered Circle. Wingfoot the centre. Oregon Star trapped 3 deep around the first turn, and so was Bolter pulling hard. Up there with the Maggie's Heart from Frenzel on the inner. Then came Madonna with 1800 a run. 2.5. Inshallah travels beautifully about 5th last. It's travelled on a rain of cotton. Next over on the inside of those came Heed the Toll, followed by Sky Bow. Further back in the field, giving away a pretty hefty start at the present time is Shea Kingston, and last on the inside with it was Super Scheme. He's off and running, Power Plan, and he's dashed away at the 1400 by about 12 to 15 lengths. Second placing as they go by the 1400, Willie Watt. Shattered Circle now goes past him. In 4th position, Starbinder from Wingfoot, and they were followed then by Aggie's Heart, Frenzel Rom. Further back to Bolter, further back behind them Oregon Star. These are starting to niggle at now. They were followed by Inshallah, who's now being ridden along from Madonna. Skybow improving, as is Heed the Toll, and further back in the field starting to work into the bridle, Shea Kingston, and last of all still is Super Scheme. Down the side, where's the leader? He's still about 12-15 in front, Power Plan. Second, Shattered Circle. Third, Starbinder, followed then by Heed the Toll, the Western Australian taking off around them. Willie Watt held up inside of Wingfoot. Aggie's Heart improving. So too are a few of them. Skybow and Oregon Star. Further back then, Bolter, followed back behind them by Frenzel Rom, but hard ridden. Around the outside, Shea Kingston still a a dozen off the leader, but he's coming back to them. Power Plan. Further back, Super Scheme, Madonna, and Inshallah's not travelling. Power Plan only 3 in front. Shattered Circle, and then on the outside, joining in quickly is Heed the Toll, the Western Australian. He's hit the front. Power Plan's gone. Starbinder, now Aggie's Heart put in their claim. Shattered Circle got inside of Heed the Toll. Shattered Circle, the bolter, got to the front. Starbinder down the outside is coming, and so is Aggie's Heart. It's Shattered Circle defying them. Starbinder races up to grab him. Shattered Circle comes back at Starbinder. Starbinder's very tired. So is Shattered Circle, but Starbinder a grinder. Starbinder a neck on the line to Shattered Circle. Third, Aggie's Heart. Fourth, Frenzelrom maybe, but oh boy, there's a great Adelaide Cup trial. Sheer Kingston. Don't miss it in the replay. Further back behind them, Heed the Toll knocked up. Then Bulter. Further back then came, making some ground, Super Scheme, Skybow. Oregon Star was wide throughout from Willie Watt, Madonna. Further back the Power Plan, Wingfoot, and Inshallah has had an off day.
Open off and racing now. Our Mr. Astaire near the inside, the first to go. Kai Mezza, Sir Rex, super impressive, began quickly. On Ventura Highway, King's Or and Shekel mustering speed from Crafty Guest and Don't Panic Pop. Chockers in the middle of the field, followed by Brighter Scene and Grease. Further back came Bass Straight, Our Banker, Natural Mover, and last of all was Sealand. On the first turn at the 1,000, Kai Mezza is the leader. They're going quickly. On Ventura Highway, second. Shekel third. Our Mr. Astaire fourth on the fence, and Sir Reckers fifth. King's Or sixth and Crafty Guest seventh, travelling about 4 deep. Super Impressive is eighth on the inside of Don't Panic Pop, and 2 away Chockers on the outside of Brighter Scene. Our Banker travelling wide, followed by Grease and Bass Straight, Natural Mover, and last of all is Sealand. On the bend of the 500 metres mark, Kai Mezza just in front of On Ventura Highway. Further back, Shekel 3 deep on the fence. Our Mr. Astaire, Sir Rex strung up in a bit of traffic. Then King's Or, Crafty Guest to the outside from Don't Panic Pop, and then came Chockers well on the straight. On Ventura Highway, went to the lead from Kameza. Sir Rex trying to stoke up, followed by Shekel. Further back, Crafty Guest, and Super Impressive is coming home. So is Chockers. Many with a chance. On Ventura Highway, Kai Mezza, look at Chockers on the outside, and Grease. Chockers and Grease, and Sir Rex got through. Grease on the outside raced up. Grease took the lead close to home, and Grease has won. Grease has won from On Ventura Highway and Sir Rex in front of Chockers and Super Impressive, and he was exactly that. Further back came Crafty Guest, Sealand, Don't Panic Pop, Brighter Scene, followed by Kai Mezza. Then came Shekel, followed by King's Or. A long way back in the field, Natural Mover, Our Mr. Astaire, Bass Straight, and tail right off was Our Banker. A double to Johnny Wheeler. He won the first race today.